This old guy DIY video hopefully captures the last day of the concrete pour and form saga. So I'm down here today, December 6th. I'm going to remove the forms. Get them out of here before everything freezes up. See what the end product looks like. It seems that the house wrap did a pretty good job. So this stuff pulls away from the forms pretty easily. Only on the edges where the top kind of got into the concrete itself was a stick. Allowed the forms to come out easily. It looks like that turned out to be a good idea. This old guy DIY video should be my last video regarding this bridge concrete project. I ended up putting 12 yards of concrete in here. You can see what the sides of the bridge look like now. And at the end of this video, I'll put some of the pictures from before I started this project, just to give you a comparison of where we were and where we are now. So my initial buy was 10 yards. It was not quite enough. So my second purchase was 2 yards, so I have 12 yards in here. This is what it looks like from the top side. Now I'll go for a walk in the water. This is what it looks like from the upriver side. And I learned with that house wrap that I used, it does a nice job if you put the lettering away from the concrete. So I didn't pay attention to which side went which way when I was installing it against my forms. And where I put the lettering towards the concrete, it was kind of picked up by the concrete, as you can see here. I'm sure that'll wear off over time. But in areas where I had the lettering towards the wooden form, with the back of that house wrap to the concrete, it all came off nicely. And here you can see the striations where I made the second pour. The first pour was part of the 10 tons, and that part on top was part of the remaining 2 tons. And what appears to be loose stone in here was from the washout on the first load. I didn't know I was going to be putting any more on top, but I had textured it similar to this with a rake, so if I did have to put something on top, at least it would have something good to grab onto. This is the southeast side of the bridge. And if we go to the northeast side, that's what the corner looks like. You can see that I had the paper the wrong way again. And under the bridge now, there's one area in the middle that I failed to fill completely. I couldn't see it from the top, and it wasn't until I pulled the forms off that I could see that I missed that spot. But this thing is still about 10 times more than what was here for the last 30 years, so I'm confident this will be just fine. And on the south side, southeast corner, this filled in beautifully. This is the view of the north side under the bridge. This is the south side under the bridge. You see, I didn't put anything there in the middle. There really was no erosion to speak of, but you can see the old style structure that was there versus what I installed. But the old stuff lasted for 30 years, so I'm confident that my new addition will do the job also. This is the northwest corner. You can see I left 2 pieces of chain that came through from the old structure, and the chain level is right where the old structure ended. So you can see I've added about 18 inches of height here that will not be eroded when the floods come in the spring. But with the chains, if I choose to put a chain around this whole thing, I can, or if I choose to do more work, I have a couple of good anchor points right here within the structure. I'm under the bridge, and this is what the section looks like that I intend to fill in. You can see I have a 2x8 hung across the top there, and I just put a strap on each side to hold it in position until I was ready to screw it in place. But now I have to figure out whether to run my forms on the back side of this chunk of concrete or on the front side, and I'm thinking the front side would be better.